25 years, almost 1,000 species, and countless games has allowed for theories about the world of Pokemon and everything that takes place in this expansive fictional world to thrive. Some theories are so good that even the Pokemon company gives a nod to them. Others seem so far-fetched that there's no way they can be right. In this series, we'll take a look at all of those theories and talk about them. Are they right? Are they wrong? Do they have any merits? Welcome to Pokemon Theories. And in this episode, is Ash really in a coma? The first episode of the Pokemon anime is in every sense of the word iconic. It starts off the show with a bang and really lays the foundation for the character of Ash Ketchum as we'll see him for the rest of the journey. Or will we? According to this really popular theory, at the end of the first episode, as Ash is protecting Pikachu from the group of Spearow, and Pikachu in turn saves Ash by using Thunderbolt on all the Spearow, that massive jolt of electricity caused Ash, and potentially Pikachu depending on the theory, to get put into a coma. It answers questions as to why Ash never physically ages. It explains why children are sent off in journeys throughout the Pokemon world without adult supervision. There's a bit more to this theory, but a lot of the claims are so far-fetched that I don't even think they're really worth discussing. So, is this theory true? If we look at all the evidence this theory provides, does it hold up? Unfortunately, in my opinion, it doesn't. There are both in-universe and out-of-universe explanation for all this. If we look at the episode, as Pikachu jumps, he gets hit by a lightning bolt, charging him up, making his Thunderbolt do massive damage, to the point that the surrounding area, including Misty's bike, is charred. Ash then wakes up after a while, talks to Pikachu before seeing a hole in the air, the episode ending with him taking Pikachu to Viridian City. The thing is, beside Ash passing out for a while, there's nothing to really support this theory. This theory assumes a lot of things, and a whole bunch of it really can't be explained. For example, the theory says that this is Ash imagining his journey in a coma, but that doesn't explain how he knows all of these characters which correspond to their actual real-life counterpart. When he meets Misty, he doesn't know that she's the Cerulean gym leader. It doesn't explain how he struggles so much early on, even in the most basic things, because if he was dreaming his journey, wouldn't he be successful? It doesn't explain Team Rocket, who he wasn't aware of until the second episode. There's just too many things that are way too open-ended and can't be explained by this theory. The in-universe answer is that no, he's not in a coma. Ash has taken shocks before. What happened here was that he was hit by a massive thunderbolt, causing him and Pikachu to pass out, then they wake up and continue their journey. It's that experience together that causes the bond between Ash and Pikachu. But the out-of-universe explanation to me is the best and really explains everything well. In the July 2000 issue of Nintendo Online Magazine, there was an interview with Game Freak's creator Satoshi Tajiri and Pokemon Company's president Ishihara. This is a fantastic interview where they both talk about how they met, what inspires them, and their thought processes regarding the games in general. I'd highly recommend giving this interview, translated by Dr. Lava, a read. It'll be the first link in the description. But in this interview, when discussing the inspiration for Pokemon, Tajiri answers the question of why in the Pokemon world do we see kids like Ash go on journeys. He says the following: "I think adults and children see the world differently, so I wanted that to be reflected in the game. That's why in Pokemon, you never see things from the adult's perspective. When I was a kid, I really hated being called Squirt or Little Boy. Maybe that's how the adults saw me, but I felt like I was more than just a kid. That's also a theme in Pokemon. That's why the protagonists in the games are in the same level as the adults, even though they look down on them. But when you can defeat them in battle, they start to view you differently. That happens a lot in the game as you gain recognition and continue to grow. That's all from my personal experience, and I later realized that's something all kids around the world experience. It's not just the geographic similarity, but also the way a boy's view of the world changes when he gets a new tool or sees something exciting. It's an experience young boys have all over the world. I looked up to this thing called a Greyhound. It's a bus in the US that's been around since the 1950s that travels all across the national highways. There are lots of young adults who travel around the whole country once they turn 18, so I thought that's exactly how our Kanto feels. It'll fit perfectly with the feeling we're trying to create. I think this is such a fantastic point of view and really does a wonderful job of explaining why the Pokemon world is the way it is. Ash isn't really in a coma, and he isn't an anomaly either. Kids who want to go on a journey all face similar trials and tribulation. It's the journey that helps them grow. he doesn't age because Pokemon is a show about kids, not about adults. It's looking at things from a kid's perspective. And in that first episode, Ash gaining the trust of Pikachu by protecting it and getting hurt for it was part of his journey. It reaffirmed his goals and allowed him to grow as a person and a trainer. His goals won't end in the first obstacle he faces. Instead, he's able to climb that mountain and continue his dreams. The anime isn't going to make him dream his adventure because it completely goes against the philosophy laid out here by Tajiri. It's the philosophy of children go on adventures. But hey, maybe you can convince me otherwise. If you want to argue the other side, let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this type of video, let me know. And if you have some more Pokemon theories you'd like me to talk about, let me know that as well. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe. In the comments, let me know any conspiracy theories or your thoughts on this conspiracy theory. You can follow me on Twitter at TheRealPDGaming, and that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.